Hello everyone. Today we are going to be taking a look at the brand new SECURAM SafeLogic Wi-Fi keypad. This keypad not only has the added benefit of being able to be used and retrofitted onto your existing lock body, you also can connect it to our SECURAM Guard app and remotely unlock and lock it and also check the status. What's nice about this keypad is that you can actually retrofit this on your existing lock body. So when you have this installed, there is a way to set it up either in analog mode or digital mode. The difference between these two modes is that the analog mode is set to have 2 users and you can still use it remotely via the app. The digital mode, which we will showcase later on, allows you to have up to 10 users and also can be used through the app as well. So let's go ahead and take a look. So we'll start with this. We're going to have a SafeLogic Basic, and on the inside of the safe is a swing bolt lock body. One of the main benefits of this new keypad that we have is that you can retrofit this keypad onto the safe without having to touch the lock body at all. It can retrofit just by plugging this in to the cable that's running through the middle of the safe, and it will work with the same exact codes that you've always used. So what we'll do is we'll take this keypad off, and the way that you do that is you will basically take this off, and you'll notice it's connected on the inside via a white cable. And what you'll do here is you're going to be using something like pliers, tweezers, or even a flathead screwdriver and pushing down on that clip, and that should release the cable from the keypad. This device comes with 2 separate sections. There's the actual keypad part and there's the mounting plate. And on the mounting plate, you'll actually see on the top here where it says up, that's where you're going to be installing on the top. So first we're going to take off the screws, feed the cable through here, and we're going to install the mounting plate like so. When you take a look on the inside of the keypad, you'll see there is a plug that matches similarly to the basic keypad that you're going to plug this into. So you'll find the wire, you'll plug it in. There's a section for the battery here. Line up the 9-volt sections properly. You'll hear a beep. You're going to rotate the keypad, and now it should be on properly. When we had this keypad set up, the codes were 111111 and 123456. So let's go ahead and test out those codes. And it opened the door. And let's go ahead and type out 123456. And that also opened the door. So without having to mess with the internals at all, we were able to change this safe from using a basic keypad to the Wi-Fi keypad right here. Another thing worth noting is that when this keypad is installed in analog mode, as in you swapping out just the keypad only and that's it, the keypad functions the same as your basic keypad that you had prior. So you have the 2 codes on there, and they'll be the same as they were previously. Changing the code is the same, adding user, deleting user, all that stuff is going to be the same. Now that we have the SafeLogic Wi-Fi keypad connected to our actual safe, it's time that we're going to connect it to the SECURAM Guard app. Now go into your either App Store or Google Play Store and find SECURAM Guard. It'll have this icon right here. When you launch the app, it's going to tell you to sign in. So just go ahead and create an account. But when you do, it should take you to a page that looks something like this. It'll say my house. You'll see no devices are currently added, but we're going to go ahead and add this keypad to our app. So let's go ahead and press the plus button here. And you'll see here that there are different options you can choose from our different products that we have. For now, we're going to click on the Safe Locks, and you'll see on the bottom left corner, there is the SafeLogic Wi-Fi Smart. So we'll go ahead and click on this. So now you'll see here, it says enter the manager code. Press and hold the number 8 within 5 seconds after unlocking. 2 beeps will sound indicating the device is ready to pair. So right now my manager code is all 1s. So I'll go ahead and do 1 1 1 1 1 1. Now hold the number 8. Now you hear the 2 beeps. So we'll click next, and you'll see the device is seen here. We'll go ahead and click on it, click on next. We'll choose our Wi-Fi options here. It says if your Wi-Fi is not selected on the Wi-Fi list, you can manually input it. So you have the option to manually input it, but for now, because ours shows up here on the top, I'll click next. You'll enter your Wi-Fi password here. Click next. And I will go through these 4 different steps here. And all of them show good. So we'll click next. And it says, success, congratulations on setting up your SafeLogic Wi-Fi Smart. Enter a name for your device. And so you can choose that and punch in any name you want, but we'll just leave it alone. Click next. Your device has been successfully added. So we'll press done. And now you'll see that our device shows up here on the main menu. So you'll press that item here, and you'll see that you have different options on this page. So right now, there is a big button up here that says unlock. You can actually remotely unlock it. Someone has to physically be at the keypad itself, and I'll show you how that works in just a moment. There's one-time access, so you can send a one-time code to this keypad to unlock it, and then after that code is used, it's no longer there. And it shows you the device history on this page here. You can tap for more, so you can see more of the history, and then you can tap for settings, and I'll show you what those are as well. Let's start by opening this remotely. You're going to press this big unlock button right here. And it says, are you sure you want to unlock? You can either turn off confirmation, press no, or press yes. So I want to unlock, so I'll press yes. You're going to enter your lock's code. So you have 2 codes on here. Like I said, mine previously were all 1s and 1 through 6. So I'll type in 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and then I'll press the check mark. And it says access without code. Do you want to save this code so you don't have to enter it every time you access this device? You can do that. You can change the settings later. But if you don't want to ask again, you can click that or no or yes. So I'll do no for now. So the command is being sent. So basically you have a minute to press this button and then press 5. So *5 on the entry pad to actually have it apply. And if the minute has elapsed and the star and 5 were not pressed, the changes will revert. So basically it'll stop sending that message saying, hey, unlock the door. So we'll press OK. So right now it's still pending. So within this minute, I'll go ahead and press the *5. And it unlocked the door. So someone does have to be in front of the keypad in order for this to work. You can't just remotely unlock it and have no one in front of it. But that's just confirmation. So when they are in front of it, they press the star and then 5, and then it unlocks. You also have an option to generate a one-time access code. This code will only be used once, and then after that, it is gone from the keypad. So we'll go ahead and press the key. It says below are your generated codes and relating information. So let's generate the code. You'll see here one has been generated. It is 785242. You can copy the code, or you can give it a name here, or you can send this code via email or mobile to someone. You can choose that here, but for now, let's leave it alone. We'll press done. And you'll see here now on this page, you'll see the code. And note that you have to press the star button before punching in the actual code. So let's go ahead and punch in that code now. *7855242. And now it unlocked. And it works. And when you go back to the one-time access code again, that code is now gone. So you cannot use that code anymore. So let's go ahead and look at the settings that are on this keypad. So let's tap for settings. You can see here you have history. So you can look at the different alerts that are there, or you can look at the history of this keypad. You can change the name of the keypad over here. You can change the room that this keypad is assigned to, but for now we can leave that alone. If you want an unlock confirmation or not, that's right here. You can toggle that on or off. You can toggle off the access without code option if you want to have the access of the keypad without having to punch in the code. There also is firmware version. You can click on that and see if your version is up to date or not. and the device info as well, which shows you all the information about this keypad, even the type of mode that it's in, so analog or digital. When it comes to converting from analog to digital mode, you do get some benefits here. For example, you get an increase in the number of users that you can use, going from 2 users in this case to 10. So for an analog mode, you get 2 users, digital mode, you get 10. This is an optional procedure, so it's not a necessary step in order to install this. It does require a hard reset to convert to digital mode, which does require accessing the lock body behind the safe door panel. It may also require the disassembly of the relocker plate and also the removal of the lock body as well. The digital conversion can only be completed if your safe uses a standard lock body, which is painted. If your safe is installed with a silver lock body, digital mode is not available. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to turn this keypad from analog mode into digital mode. You'll start by taking the keypad part off the door. You'll notice that it's hanging by this white cable, and you'll notice that I have also disconnected the battery, but have it close enough where I can plug it back in fairly easily. I have also opened up the safe door because we're going to go behind this and access the lock body. Now, the most important thing about this process, first and foremost, before starting and doing anything, is make sure that you contact your safe manufacturer to make sure that you can take the inside panel of the door off, because sometimes what happens is safe manufacturers will void your warranty if you choose to take the inside panel off. Normally there'd be a panel that's covering this, and then you'll see a mounting plate covering this, holding up this bolt. But for the purposes of this demonstration, we have taken the panel off. You'll have access to the lock body, and I'll show you what to do next. When you take the inside panel of your safe door off, you will see your lock body, the cable that connects the keypad to the lock body, a relocker plate, which is this metal piece that covers the lock body right here, which holds up the relocker pin, which is right here. And what the pin does, essentially when it fires, it locks the door, the bolt of the door here, and doesn't allow you to open it up. When you get to this point and you want to change the lock body from analog to digital for the keypad, you're going to have to find either the reset button, which is located right here, or you're going to have to take the relocker plate off and make sure the pin is not fired. So we'll start by taking these screws off right here. That's the first one, and this is the second one here. So you'll notice now if I let this go, the pin is going to fire, and that will not allow this to unlock. So you want to make sure you move that out of the way as soon as you can. So I'll take the screw out right here. And so now we have successfully removed the relocker plate. You'll see this pin is now down, so what we'll do is move it out of the way, which allows this bolt of the door to move once we unlock the door. So for example, now we can unlock the door. And if you don't see the reset button on the lock body, it might be on the other side. So all I have to do is take these screws out, rotate it, and then you will see the reset button right here, in which case that's what you will use to actually reset the keypad and put it into digital mode. So what you'll do here is you're going to find the reset button that is located right here. You're going to take something like pliers, tweezers, a paper clip, something like this, and you'll poke the reset button here. You'll feel a button being pressed down. You're going to press it 3 times to dissipate any excess power, then hold it on the 4th time. And while doing this, you're going to connect the battery on the front of the keypad. So I'll show you that now. So I'm going to do that process now, and you'll notice that it's done correctly if you hear the keypad beep at you twice. So you're going to poke 3 times, poke, 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 4th time poke and hold, and then wait 5 seconds, and then you're going to connect the battery. And so you'll hear that it's beeping, so then you'll go ahead and let go, take the battery out 1 more time, wait 5 seconds, and then plug the battery back in. You'll hear 2 more beeps, and now the keypad is in digital mode. Now we are set in digital mode. There are a couple of differences from analog mode, whereas analog mode was set up to be compatible with your existing lock body. You now have 10 codes that are on this keypad. When you set it to digital mode, The default manager code is set to 123456, which counts as ID 00. ID 01 through ID 09 are considered user codes. Their only function is to open and close the door, whereas the manager can do different things. You can open the lock, you can change the code, you can add, delete users, you can disable or enable users, and you can pair your phone with that manager code. With the user codes, again, you can just open the lock, close the lock, change the code, and that's about it. Here we have the keypad set in digital mode. Right now, the default manager code that we have is 123456. If you want to change this code from 123456 to something else, let's say for example, I want to change it to 121212, the process is as follows. You enter 0 6 times, you enter the old code once, so in this case it's 123456. Then I will enter my new 6-digit code, whatever I want it to be, which in this case is 121212. Then I will enter that same new 6-digit code again, which is 121212. So just to show that the 12356 is working, 1 2 3 4 5 6. You'll see that it opened the door. We are now going to change that code. So 0 6 times, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Enter the old code, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Now enter my new code, 1 2 1 2 1 2. Now enter that same new code again, 1 2 1 2 1 2. Now that code has been saved, so let's go ahead and test it out. 1 2 1 2 1 2, and it unlocked the door. This keypad also has a reset function. So if you want to go back to the settings of 1 2 3 4 5 6 and no other codes living on the keypad, you can do so by pressing 9 6 times, and on the last 9 you hold it, and then you will press the number 3. That will delete all the users and then revert it back to factory, with the code being 1 2 3 4 5 6 that opens it. Let's go ahead and reset this keypad back to factory. Right now the manager code is set to 121212. After the reset is done, it will go back to 1 2 3 4 5 6, which is the manager code. So let's go ahead and do it now. 9 9 9 9 9 9. Hold the last 9. You heard 2 beeps. Now press 3, and that will have reset the actual keypad. So let's go ahead and enter 1 2 3 4 5 6, and that opened the door because we had just reset the keypad. And 1 2 1 2 1 2 will not work. However, I'll go ahead and add it back for the rest of this demonstration. Right now, we have it set to all 9s, but we can change that code. In order to do this, same way as we did with changing the code for the manager or any other code, you press 0 6 times, then you enter the old code, so in this case it's all 9s. Then you will enter the new 6-digit code for that reset you'd like it to be. Then you enter that same new code again. So let's go ahead and change the reset code from all 9s to all 8s. So let's go ahead and do that now. 0 0 0 0 0 0, 9 9 9 9 9 9, 8 8 8 8 8 8, 8 8 8 8 8 8. So now the reset code has been changed from all 9s to all 8s. So my code of 121212 works. Let's go ahead and test out if the reset code does work. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Hold the last digit. Now press the number 3, and it has been reset. So we'll go back to 1 2 3 4 5 6, and it opens the door. And once again, I'll go ahead and add back 1 2 1 2 1 2 to this keypad for the rest of this demonstration. So the pairing process for the keypad in analog and digital mode is the same. So you punch in the manager code, and on the last digit, you'll push and hold the number 8 until you hear it beep. Basically, you'll hear 2 beeps, and that will indicate the device is ready to pair, and then you'll pair it the exact same way as before. So we're going to add a user code. So the way that you're going to add a code, you're going to punch in the manager code. So in this case, it's 121212, and you're going to hold the last digit until you hear 1 beep. Then you're going to punch in the number 1 to indicate that you want to add a user. And then you can select a user. So user 1 is this number, user 4 is this, user 9 is this, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to add user 3, and then I'm going to set their code to 333333. And then after you punch in their code once, it'll have you punch in the code again. So you punch in 333333, and that'll set the code. So let's go ahead and do it. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Now you hear that. Now press the number 1, and now user 3, and now 333333. Now we'll punch that code again. Okay, so that code has now been set. So let's go ahead and punch in that code and see if it works. And it unlocked the door. So let's say we have this user enabled, but we want to disable them. So what you'll do is you're going to punch in the manager code and then hold the last digit until you hear beeps, 2 beeps. Then you'll push the number 2, and that will disable the user that you'd select after that, which will be 3. So then I'll punch in 3, and then that will disable user 3. So we'll go ahead and do that now. So 1 2 1 2 1 2. And now I'll push 2, and now I'll push 3. So that has just disabled user 3. So let's go ahead and try their code. And it does not open. But let's say you want to enable them. So all you'll do is push in the manager code, hold the last digit until you hear 2 beeps, push the number 1, and then after you do that, you're going to push the number 3 again. That will re-enable the user 3 to be able to punch in their code again. So let's go ahead and do that now. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Push number 1. Now push the number 3. So now if I punch in that code again, that code works. Now let's say you want to go ahead and delete this user. The way that you do that is you push 1 2 1 2 1 2, hold the last digit till you hear 2 beeps. Then you're going to press the number 3, and then since we're going to delete user 3, we'll push number 3 again, and that will delete user 3. So let's go ahead and do that. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Now push 3. Now we'll push 3 again. So now user 3 is deleted. So let's go ahead and push in their code. And it didn't work. So if you want to change the code, this function is the same as it was prior in analog mode or a SafeLogic basic, where you'll go ahead and punch in the 0 6 times, then you'll punch in the old code once, and then you'll punch in the new 6-digit code you'd like it to be, and then you'll punch in that same new 6-digit code again. And keep in mind when you change this code, the codes you cannot change it to are 6 zeros or 6 nines, because these are already set as programming codes, so you cannot change any of these codes you want to change to either 6 zeros or 6 nines. So just keep that in mind when you do that.